All right, this is going to be more of a chat and giving you an update on the car, what's going on. A lot of people were asking me what's going on with the turbo, so this is the update, and let's start from that. So the car right now is drivable. I can drive, I can go wherever I want, I can do anything that I want, except if I want to push more power, the car does not hit the boost target. Now let's rewind a little bit. What really happened with the turbo? I would say everything started when I installed the high pressure fuel pump. The high pressure fuel pump itself does not cause an issue. And when you install the high pressure fuel pump, you also don't need to tune it. But if you want to get a better if you want to get an advantage of the fuel pump, you have to tune it. So don't forget about that. You can put it, it can work without a tune with the stock injectors. But if you want to take an advantage of upgrading to B58TU or B48TU pump, you have to tune it so that you can get advantage of high flowing fuel. Right after the upgrade of the fuel pump, I installed the injectors. And when I installed the injectors, I stayed with the car for about 2 or 3 days, but what I first did is I got the map, the M5 map that I found on boot mode 3. I got the fuel, the baseline fuel editing of the S63 injectors, and I put them on the N20. It worked. In most cases, I was able to move the car and whatnot, but you would see that the car was not tuned properly. So we needed to tune the car properly so that it can take advantage not only the fuel pump but also the S63 injectors. You will use or you will upgrade to higher flowing injectors if you are targeting the amount of power that I want to reach with the N20 without going into the internals of the motor, because ultimately if you really want to bang it and go full on, you have to build the motor. And when I say build the motor, probably you have to upgrade your you have to upgrade the pistons, you have to upgrade quite a lot of things, but I am not going that route yet as far as I can tell, and I want to go the route where I can safely do what I think is something someone can replicate, and that's the route that I'm going with this build. So we got the S63 injectors tuned in, everything worked perfectly, and we started pushing power because we saw that everything was perfect. The fuel ratio and the fuel ratio, the idling, everything was perfect. Now we started pushing power. As we were increasing and going further to increase power, boom, and the turbo just gave up. And this was one morning. I went to get some pool, and the moment I went into full throttle, the car started smoking really bad, and I was like, oh my god, this is not okay. And I stopped for a little bit. I waited for a couple of minutes, maybe this will go away. Man, it was even worse, and I didn't do anything else. I took the car to a local shop. I told them, hey, can you check what's going on? And the result came back. They told me the turbo is burning oil, so you have to replace the turbo. And that's what I did. I looked online. I know there is some other turbo that they are selling. I have respect on those people. I'm not saying those turbo are bad or what, but I went on another alternative way to just get something that is OE replacement. It's not, I didn't want to get a used, because the used would just be the same way as what I had. So I found something on Amazon, and that is what I installed currently. And I was talking back and forth with the person who was selling it, and the person said the current turbo, with the work that he did, it can handle about 400 to 500 horsepower. So I was like, okay, if that's the case, then let me use it. So that is what I am running currently, and it had fixed the issue that I was having with the smoke. The car does not smoke anymore, which it's not burning oil anymore. And it's been great. However, I am not reaching the boost target, because we tried to get at least even 20. We can't even get 20. So Now fast forward right now, the car is not holding boost, and what I have been told is that if I want the car to hold boost, I need to install a diverter valve. The OEM one is probably leaking boost and cannot hold a lot of boost, which in my opinion, that sums about right, because the turbo that I have is stronger than the OEM one. So the OEM diverter valve definitely will not hold enough boost. So the next thing that I am going to do is to right now is to have a diverter valve installed. I wanted to do that yesterday, which was Saturday. And I went to the shop, but we worked on something different, something that unexpectedly happened with my suspension, and we fixed that. It turns out one of the bolts on the suspension, just like it was missing, it wasn't there anymore, and we had to work on that. It took us almost a whole day because the shop was very busy, so they couldn't work on the diverter valve. The reason I'm saying I'm taking it back to the shop is because it is what it is. I am taking the car back to the shop so that they can help me install the diverter valve. So that's where we at with the turbo, but the car right now is drivable. I don't have any issue with the turbo. The turbo is working very well. I am pushing some power, probably if not stock, but maybe again a little bit of a 40 horsepower from the stock performance. So that's a good plus for me, because when I drive, when I go full throttle, I can feel, but I do feel there is still some room to improve. So that is where I am, and that is where we are with the turbo. That's the update on the turbo. Now what you are seeing me doing here right now is that I am fixing this headlight. This is something that I did the retrofit, but I never really talked about it. My car never came with the LCI, and even this angel light that you are seeing, this angel light, I retrofitted them, and they didn't work the way I wanted it to work. And for the past couple of I would say for about a year or so, this headlight has just been a nightmare, and I have just been driving the car like that. At night, I literally have no vision with this headlight. So that is what I'm going to fix, and I could have buy a new headlight and install the new headlight, but I will go and do the DIY way. So I am going to install the lens, and not only install the lenses, but also make it look a little bit better. One other thing that is really controversial when you working on this headlight is that, just a second. I did some retrofit of this light, but it's useless. One of the things that I've seen online is that people are using the RGB angel light, but I decided not to go with it. It's a great opportunity when doing this. You can get this RGB one, but if I want to do that, no, I don't. So I just got a plain white one, and because if I get the RGB one, that is another point of failure I have to always worry about. I don't want to go that route. Just put it, turn on the car, and that's it. It works. So what you are seeing me doing right now, I am disassembling this headlight, and I'm going to crack open this headlight. It's going to be something like this. This is one of the pieces, and I also have to clean this. A lot of you will most likely not be doing this job, because not everyone is handy on doing all of this, whatever that I'm doing right now. But if you are interested, you will probably want to come back and I can explain how to do this job, and hopefully it entertains you, and hopefully it gives you some idea how people do the DIY of this light and angel light. If you're interested on how to disassemble headlight, you literally have to bake it. You have to put it on your oven. You preheat the oven at 250 degrees, and you put this into the oven for 14 minutes, and once you get it exactly at 14 minutes, you take it out and you should be able to disassemble this. There are some people who use the heat gun, but let me tell you, heat gun will have you will have an issue using a heat gun, because the heat is not dissipated evenly throughout this housing. But you will see yourself how easy it's going to be when you preheat this and put it in the oven, and it has the same like amount of heat applied on wherever the sealants are, and it's going to be very easy to disassemble this. So I'm going to show you in a second. So I think I am ready to go ahead and put this in the oven, and you just have to make sure you remove all the metal. That's why you saw me removing all the screws and whatnot. I already did the other parts, and I was curious to show you how this one is disassembled. So all right, I'll mark my oven. I'll press on bake 250 and then start, and once it's ready I will come and put the headlight. But also one thing you have to be careful is that don't have any metal contact when you put your headlight inside, otherwise it's going to melt. Especially no contact with any metal inside, and I'm going to show you a trick how to do that. All right, the oven is ready. It's exactly at 250, and I am going to place in the headlight. Now you want to make sure this doesn't melt, so you have to avoid contact with any metal inside of your oven. Use any wood, and I have this one handy, and I'm going to put it inside just like that, and I get my headlight and I put it on top of the wood. It doesn't matter what direction you put this, and you get it. Make sure it doesn't contact with any metal, just like that, and you can go ahead just like that and go ahead, close your oven and get your timer and start the clock. 14 minutes. All right, the alarm just went off. Now let me go quickly take out the headlight. All right, folks, this is the headlight, and now what I'm going to do is to open it up, but let me turn off the oven. Now, this is how you do it. It's very easy because everything is preheated evenly, and we'll be able to do the job without any problems. Okay, so this is how you do it. Literally, you want to position it to a point where you will be able to separate it. So I will start with this. Now you will notice that for me it is going to be easy because it's not the first time that I'm opening this headlight. But if it is your first time, it may be a little bit difficult for you to separate this. But for me, it's kind of separating very easily because I already opened it before, and it just makes everything easier. So you will see that it will work. You will see that it will work very fast, and you really want to pull it like this. You see what I'm doing? This is exactly how you do this. Yeah, this is exactly how you do it, and you will have some residual and stuff. So want to make sure you clear those residual just like that, and you keep going. This way, you see that? All right, that's it. That's how you open it. All right, and that is it. This is where I'm going to end for this episode. I hope you get a little bit of some understanding what's going on with the car and what I'm working on. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.